from our good friend Stifler. Ask everyone to rate their looks on a scale of 1 to 10. We'll start with Layla.
Thank you, Brian. I feel like I'm a good 8 today. I did my hair. It's cute.
9.
I'd say today 8.
I'm a 10.
7.
Like 6, 7.
8.
I'm rating myself.
Yeah.
6.5.
No, you're
No,
10.
you're more than
fine.
you're more
like,
than that.
Come
But,
on.
I give myself a 6. So wait, 8, 9, 8, 10, 7, 6.
You two need to up it a little more. You guys are definitely more than what you said. Like, I'd say 9, 10.
So we have a 10 here. We've got a 10. So you're on par with the most beautiful women. There's no woman who's more beautiful than you?
No, I mean, you asked me to rate myself, so that's how I personally feel about myself. So, like, that can vary. Like, someone can think I'm a 1, someone can think I'm in a million, but you asked for my personal opinion on myself, and that's what I think.
Well,
I agree with that.
Your physical appearance is based in, like, an external reality. Like, because someone looks at you, that's how you look to the external world. How you feel about it inside your perception of yourself does not determine how other people see you in the world.
Well, I think of it like you can show a staged room to 10 different people, and they're all going to have different opinions on if that room looks good or not. The person that staged it is going to think that the room is fucking amazing, but someone else that did not stage the room could be like, I fucking hate the wall color, everything about this room is atrocious.
Okay, so in any case, your own self-perception, because typically, like, at least for, I'd say a lot of people, they do take into account their assessment of how generally other people might perceive them when it comes to their own physical attractiveness. But for you, your self-perception is that when it comes to your looks, your physical appearance, you consider yourself to be a 10.
Right, to myself.
Okay. Do you think that all women should view themselves that way, as 10s?
Frankly, I do, and I agree with what you were saying. Like, you guys are also 10s. Like, y'all are, every woman on this cast right now is drop dead stunning. So you should see that in yourself and value yourself for what you truly are.
Sorry. Keep going.
That was it.
No, Layla was.
So Brian, that's not funny.
Well, okay, so do you think all men should be 10s? Should view themselves as 10s?
Sure, yeah. I feel like self-confidence is key. So, like, if you think, like, you said that you're a 6, so, like, obviously, and again, it's subjective. So if you're thinking, like, what anyone can think, sure. But,
Sure.
like, you as just yourself in an individual, when you're in the bathroom by yourself looking in the mirror, you should look at yourself and think that you're a 10.
That's delusional.
Why?
I think you're
because
10,
you
Brian.
love yourself. I mean, you
No,
have
I
to look
don't
at
think
yourself
that's
every fucking
delusional.
day.
I
like,
think
you might
that's
as well
healthy
like
mindset.
Well,
you know?
okay, well, I'll explain to you first. I mean, okay, so I have the definition of delusional here. So delusional is characterized by or holding false beliefs or judgments about external reality that are held despite incontrovertible evidence to the contrary, typically as a symptom of a mental condition. Or
but you're saying
having
that-
false or unrealistic beliefs or opinions based on or having faulty judgment mistaken.
Right, but you're calling me delusional on a question that you asked that's completely subjective. So I don't
Well,
understand.
no, I said
how-
if I thought I was a 10, that would be delusional.
Because why? Because you don't like
What-
yourself, or you think?
No, it just would be delusional. I am
Wow.
not on par with the most beautiful and physically attractive men in the world.
Well, people have different types.
That's not me
That's
being.
what I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's your
That's not
opinion.
me being insecure or
No,
like
but
having
people
low
have-
self-esteem. That's me living in reality.
Some
Okay,
people
but
don't
the
want bodybuilders.
I'm not getting modeling contracts. Like, it is what it is. I'm not upset that this is my physical representation in this earthly plane. Like, it just is what it is.
But the question that you asked is completely subjective. So you're giving a really realist response to a completely subjective question.
So
But
you
there
think
is objectivity when it comes to physical beauty.
But like okay, if we each individually went and rated each other on the panel, we're all gonna say different numbers for different people because of our own biases and preferences, correct?
Perhaps,
I think it's going to
but
be
if
around
you
the same range.
But if we lined up 1,000 men and 1,000 women, you would start seeing patterns. Like, if you had to sort them by most attractive to least attractive, you would see there could be like oh, this person's 972, this other person put them at 900. But you will start seeing general trend towards there is, to some degree, consensus over who's the most attractive and who's the least attractive.
Sure. But again, you asked me for my opinion on myself, and I gave that to you.
And I feel like when you're rating yourself, like, you are your own best advocate. So, like, if...
Well, that's
when
just that's
no,
hubris.
But no, it's
That's
not,
pride.
because it's like physical traits are subjective. Like, I totally agree. Like, someone can think that like a thicker body is attractive, and someone can think that
Can
a
we-
thinner body is more attractive.
Nick, do we have a laser pointer for Layla? She's
I'm sorry.
Hold on. I think I might have a laser pointer somewhere.
That would actually might help me quite a lot. Do you really have one?
I think we have a laser pointer. I don't know where it is.
Do you want me to help you find it?
Nick, I think it's in the drawer over there. I don't know if you'll be able to find it. But okay.
I think the question
person I
that
was
you have to
having.
ask, Brian, is what would you think the world would rate you as?
Yeah.
But I think that, I get what you're saying, and I agree with you, but I also think that those two questions ought to kind of be the
They're
same
the same.
thing.
Oh,
They
no, I'm
should be
agreeing
the
with you.
same.
It's
But
the
they're
same thing,
not.
but
There's
just for
what you
other
rate
people,
yourself,
just-
yeah, and what does the world rate you, like she said.
I
If
mean-
you're asking us to see what does
Yeah, but-
everybody else's governance of attractiveness mean to us, then that's a different question.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the same. It is
No,
a bit
if you
the same.
ask like what on average I've been rated by people that have rated me, I would say that I'm anywhere between a 7 and an 8.
Right, we would give
would
different
you,
numbers.
but here's the question though.
So
would
then you're
you,
between a
hold on,
7.
hold on. Would you disagree with their assessment?
It depends. I've had people that do not find me attractive whatsoever, and people that think that I'm the most attractive person that they've ever met.
Stop.
Me?
Yeah, don't point that at anybody's face.
I'm not
okay?
going to.
Just put it on the
He
table.
was doing
Actually, here,
it.
pass it to me. Give it to me.
But you just told me I could.
I was actually going to use it on you so you could be less looking off into the distance. And
Just so many
is
things
it
to
not
say.
working?
I feel bad now. I cut your
Uh-huh.
conversation off.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, continue.
Here.
I'm looking at it. It's cute.
Like a cat.
Okay, all right. That was a stupid bit. Okay, but fuck, I lost my train of
I'm
thought.
sorry. That's my bad.
Trying to.
You were like, it's kind of the same. You're like that.
The two questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of the same.
So you think people should factor in like everybody else's standards with our own? To be real with ourselves is what you're saying?
Yeah, I do think the two questions are like they're very much linked. Because okay, I could sit here and think that I have $1 million in my bank account, but if the bank institution says I have $100, however I feel about it or not, there's just like I only have $100.
Yeah, but
that's tangible. That's something you can hold. Physical
Exactly.
attraction is not
but your
tangible.
face, your body is something that is also tangible.
But everyone has different opinions on what is top tier attractiveness.
Right, and so there could be some people have different things that they prefer. But I mean,
Exactly.
I think
So,
when
like-
we're talking about the peak levels of physical attractiveness, like if we're talking about that upper, like 10s, for example, someone who's a 10, we are talking about like the pinnacle of beauty.
Right, but what I'm saying
And
is
that's what-
everyone else's pinnacle of beauty is subjective to them. So if you're asking us to rate ourselves, every single person's standards of beauty is going to be completely different. So like when we rate ourselves, we have individual standards of beauty that nobody else has. And like you can't really compare
Well, it's very
a viewing
convenient.
perspective of it like towards someone who like experiences it.
Well, it's very convenient that it happens to be the case that for a lot of people, and it seems to be more so women than men, that they seem to hold themselves to being 10s.
Well,
For
So
me, I
why
feel like
do
it'd be
men
the
devalue
opposite.
themselves?
'Cause,
Why
like-
can't men see
Because
themselves
men
as
have
That
to-
seems like a
as well?
self-esteem issue
Because
for
men
men, yeah.
have to operate in reality. We can't be delusional. Like we can't sit here and be
Maybe
like,
it would be
I'm a
healthy.
fucking 10.
Right.
Like you have, and also I think it's because both men and also women gas up other women. Look at a girl's Instagram profile, even like a girl who's not on social media, a girl who's like just some regular college girl who's an average looking girl. All her friends are in her fucking thing saying you're a slay queen, you're beautiful. Like you women, look,
I mean-
you gas each other up. Like, you know what's actually interesting? One of the differences between men and women is that men will like kind of like mess with each other in person and then praise each other in private. And I think it's the opposite. Women will praise other women publicly and then talk shit about them in private. So yeah, I just think women are gassing up other women. And then also simps too. A lot of simps. It's not just, I'm blaming it on men too. A lot of simps are going to gas up a lot of women. You're fucking beautiful. Plus the amount of sexual attention that an average woman can get is fucking insane. So of course a lot of women think they're 10s because a lot of men want to fuck them. Doesn't mean they want to be in a relationship though.